I figured tonight would be a good night to get some stuff done in Assassin's Creed Unity. Uh-oh. Bad, I take it. Okay, good. The game's working. So, when last we played, we did a bunch of co-op together with Rocket. We made a ton of progress. It was fun. But I think now we're going to do some main quest stuff for a little bit. Just to kind of, I don't want the main story of the game to kind of fall by the wayside. But I am going to get the stink point since I'm close to it. How was everyone's weekend? Ari and I went to Epcot yesterday. It was something we had planned before her aunt had passed. And,
hey, Gilly! Have fun!
By never talking again.
Good evening, Perm and Kinder. How are you? So we had fun, but we're really tired now that we're back.
I like cleaning the barracks. Yes, master.
I appreciate that, Fix. Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's not as rough as it could have been. We kind of knew it was coming. It was starting to get around Christmas time that we realized, like, this is coming really soon. And between you and me, I'm kind of surprised she lasted as long as she did. Cancer sucks. But anyway, enough of the bad news behind us. Let's keep on moving. And climbing annoying buildings. I probably should have stayed ground level. Oh, good. At least up here. We needed to be up here. That's good. Glad to hear it, Kinder. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you all have enjoyed your weekends. Oh, I picked up something for the stream on at Epcot. When Jen and I were going through the China area, they had a display filled with bags of Chinese chips of weird flavors. They're all Lays, but they're like Chinese Lays. So there's like a hot pot flavored one and all this other random stuff. I picked up 4 bags of a different assortment. Because it's been a while since I did like a foreign chip roundup thing. The last time I did it was those chips from Canada that I really loved. Except for one of them. The Lay's ketchup chips were good. Those alternate ketchup chips were awful. Did not like. Hey, y'all don't mind if I pick a lock in front of you, right?
Get over here, you!
No, they seem to not like it. I'm sorry, what? I can't hear you over the sound of how dead you are.
Bastard!
Getting back into the swing of things here. It is annoying how quickly they get their swords back out. Down you go, and we'll wait for him to attack me. Pride cometh before a fall. Alright, we got that. Where's the next quest? Quest. Ah! Report to the council. That's awesome. Yes. Saints Row 4. Saints Row? I've never played a Saints Row game, but I know some about it. You're in for a doozy. It was actually developed by a company who I kind of fanboyed over back in the day. Volition developed the Free Space series, which I absolutely loved.
Right now. You knew.
I've heard the dubstep gun. I forgot about that thing. I've heard it. It actually is not bad. All things considered, you know, dubstep and all. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but...
Afternoon, sir.
I am also sort of pissed that Free Space 3 never got developed because they left Free Space 2 in a hangover. Not... What is that word? Cliffhanger. That's the word. There we go. Yeah. Hangover. There are times, man. There are times where I think my brain is broken. It's most of the day, but sometimes it's more egregious.
I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R.
Yeah, I saw the chest was about to pop again. That's why I hung around for a sec. All right. Let's hear the assassins gripe at me over something else I didn't have control over. Heads will roll.
Hello, Arno.
So I'd imagine they're going to be very upset that I'm still hanging out with Elise, and that What's-His-Face is dead. I forget that assassin's name who we killed.
Arno.
What in God's name happened at the Place de la Révolution today?
Germain was there, and I know what his plan is. You have to...
You were told to leave that investigation to others.
Yes, but listen.
Yes, but listen. Is that the regard in which you hold the Brotherhood?
I knew this would happen. I told Mirabeau that you were too obsessed with your personal vendettas.
This is why I joined the Brotherhood.
Yes, not because you shared our ideas or felt called to the service. For revenge.
For redemption.
Call it what you will. You've defied the orders of this council repeatedly, pursued targets without sanction, and flouted our creed at every step.
Master Trenet?
In light of these actions,
Mm-hmm.
I find I have
was
no
Cayenne.
choice but to call for a vote of expulsion. Master Bellier.
They didn't even debrief him first.
Master Germain.
Agreed.
Arno Dorian, you are attainted. Your rank and title are stripped from you, and you are hereby exiled from the Brotherhood of Paris.
You cannot be serious. Listen, I know what Germain is doing. I can stop him.
The decision of this council is final. We give you leave to go.
I'm surprised they don't kill exiles from the Brotherhood. Under the whole, like, you know too much kind of thing. Now you must die.
No. No. Where is it?
Brasserie Garceau. Was that
Last night.
Boy, you went on a bender, huh? So I take it what he's whining about is that he's lost the pocket watch?
Get the hell out of here! But Ouch! You've caused enough trouble for one night.
Fine. I'll procure my wine in some other fashion.
Oh, drunk vision's pretty cool. Oh, I steal the wine? Okay. Okay. Oh, Eagle Vision's all blurry. That's cool. That's a nice little touch. I like it. I do not want to fight you while drunk. Thank you. Huh?
Something's not right.
What was that noise?
Did he just... bugger it. We need a whore.
Okay. Credits. The treasure chest is upstairs. Crap. Yeah, there's totally someone here. You should come check it out. Excellent. Crap, those two are going to see me.
Damn traitor! You're mine!
Arrgh. No need to just let him stand there and stagger around. Oh, I can climb while drunk too. That's nice. I want to get that chest. Give me your treasure. Aha.
Hell was that?
It was nothing. Is he coming up here? Yes, he is. Excellent. You've made a fatal mistake, my friend. I shall stab the air above your head and you shall die. Boom. Oops. I really should be a little less cavalier about the lockpicks. They're expensive to replace. Those little pieces of bent metal are not cheap. If what you're after is a keg of wine, dude, you are freaking hammered.
Oh, it was last night. Maybe I left it there.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll just love to see me again.
Owe you anything. You've been selling more.
Damn Latouche.
Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying Forbidden West, though. I kind of like this slow, leisurely exploration of the game that you've been doing.
Looks like someone got into a fight.
I haven't gotten to watch much of it, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, Christ. Not you again. Didn't do enough damage last night.
No, I just... My father's watch. Have you seen it?
I see nothing. Might want to ask one of the four men you picked a fight with. Idiot.
Awesome.
You don't want to do that, boy.
Piss off, old man.
Boy, Arno's a mean drunk. Yeah, I really love Horizon's world building. Like, they did a great job with the lore of that game. It's cool. It's a nice little sci-fi story. It makes a lot of sense. And I find it fascinating because it's a post-apocalyptic story of sorts, and I love post-apocalyptic stories. Ow. I still really would love to know why the game keeps going into Eagle Vision at random during combat. I'm not doing that. Oops. Hit that a little too late. Oh, button mash. No, I am not. Oops. What stellar object do you think would have gotten in the way between Sirius and Earth? Is the solar system on the same plane as the accretion disk? Or is Sirius rather on the same plane?
Where's your boss?
Oh, shit!
No, get back here.
Oof. Having to do this with a hangover would suck. This feels like L.A. Noire. Hiya!
Where?
The palace! They're at the palace!
Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it hurt him to use Eagle Vision. That's awesome.
Back it all, boys!
Beach rolling farmers for their coppers, eh, lads?
Okay. Now there's this guy. Oh, if he keeps walking, I'm going to have to kill the other one first. Crap. By both Hades and Intercepted, but I thought they were still using the original Odyssey. Yeah, it'd be a fascinating like lore deep dive, like even outside the game. True. And there's no reason for them to be using the original Odyssey. We don't Like, clearly their technology is quite advanced. Although we also don't know how much of their technology came from the Earth of its day. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Apparently it was too hard for them to do ephemeral colored hair. Everyone in Eagle Vision except for the bad guys are bald. And you. Okay. We got them downstairs.
What can I say? You were always a bad influence.
Oh, you were a worse one.
Well, now he doesn't feel the pressure anymore. I'm really helping him out in a very unconventional way. All right, come on. Let's get back upstairs. There's no way out from here. Up. Climb the freaking statue. There we go. We can get up on the roof. Yeah, let's do that. Climb. Why won't he climb up? Oh, because these are near vertical ceilings. Okay. So I can't get up to the ceiling here. Or the roof, rather. That's surprising. Alright. What about out here? Near vertical ceilings, but this courtyard actually goes somewhere. Not here for a street crime, thank you very much.
I call the silverware. Now aren't you glad we came here?
Alright. Come on. Crap, his buddy might see me. Yep. Doesn't matter. Good. I was last seen killing that guy.
Diable, is that Mick? Looks like it.
Oh, I thought he was coming in here. Okay. I like doing the cover assassinations. They're fun. I like that little animation they have related to them. Okay. Yeah.
You wait just here. I will return when this hand reaches the top.
Speaking of, do you know if there are any books written in the universe of Horizon? I know that to some it's akin to fan fiction, but they're kind of fun sometimes.
Yes, Father.
Andre. Shit. Somebody knows what the real patriots.
Dude turned around at just the wrong time. There we go. That'll do you. What? Uh-oh. He doesn't have it. Who does? Someone who knows me? Belasaire. Yep. The past can be hard to let go sometimes.
Arno. You look like hell.
You look like you want something from me.
That's a fine thing to say after you up and vanished.
You made it fairly clear you no longer required my services.
Don't.
What tab is that coming from?
What do you expect me to say, Elise? Forgive me for not letting you die? I'm sorry that I care more about you than about killing Germain.
I thought we wanted the same thing.
What I wanted was you. I can't bear the fact that my carelessness got your father killed. Everything I've done since then has been to fix that mistake and to prevent it from happening again. You must have come here with something in mind. What was it?
Paris is tearing itself apart. Germain has driven the revolution to new heights of depravity. The guillotines operate nearly around the clock now.
And what do you expect me to do about it?
The Arno I love wouldn't have to ask that question. You're better than this. I'm going back to Paris. Are you coming?
There's one last thing I need to do.
All right. I'll go see to our transportation. Stay out of trouble.
Could it not be a hot air balloon this time? I know that was like a huge set piece for the game and all that, but man, that was an annoying quest. Okay. Boom. There we go. Now I shouldn't be getting pinged anymore. Family is trying to arrange a vacation up to Massachusetts in late summer. And, of course, they choose right now to have a conversation about it. Now we're back. There you go, Arno.
Look what you've gotten us into now.
Shut up in there.
So, this is what France.
Why is the music stopping when they talk?
Parasites, bleeding the revolution dry.
You're still alive? Okay. Okay. Let's go have a look. 16 degrees off. Okay.
Hey, wait a moment. Horse up. All right, come out, you murdering bastard. Horser, where are you? Christ!
Valhalla!
Up there, citizen!
That's right. I was just behind you.
Those bloody legs off.
Shit. Which way?
Bloody hell, don't lose it! There! You're back. You won't give up, or you will kill you! Bloody hell! That's not good.
Your revolutionary brothers and sisters need to eat! And yet
Orson.
here you are.
Where are you?
Because you are
Okay.
greedy. You are ungrateful for the freedoms you
Now who sees me? Oh, the jerks have gone around the building. Alright. Ow. Can they even get in here? I need to let them reset. Okay, good. There's no way for them in here. So I can just stay here for a second, let them reset. There they go. Good evening, Auntie. How was Crusader Kings? Alright, we dealt with the two snipers that I saw. Ooh, treasure chest. Why? Yeah, I'm not surprised. The game sounds intimidating to me. All right. Alright, let's deal with the two in this building. That's not what I wanted to do.
You're mine.
Oof. I like salsa. Alright, down he goes. Ow. Okay. I didn't know someone else had line of sight on me from there.
Well now,
Get out of
you
here,
just up and
go.
vanished now, did you? Straight on, or
Crap. Ah. Ah. There we go. Alright, we got another sniper around here somewhere. Where is he? Alright, we got them. Whoa. Where'd he come from? Oh, he must have come in through the window.
That one's gone shot himself.
Wait, is he not dead?
Come out, you murdering bastard.
What, he just shrugged that off like it was a bug bite?
Orson. Got it. Lost the stomach for the fight, coward. Not hearing things.
I'm surprised they're not coming after me. Man, they spot me friggin' immediately.
Now, where's he at? Bloody odd.
I need you to come here, buddy. Oh, he already ran all the way away. All right. Okay. They spot me, but they never come this way. Okay, I'll become anonymous. Sheesh. I can be a threat. I just need a bunch of blades to do it. All right, that'll get some of the people riled up. Yep. I am shocked that dude did not see me. Crap. Here we go. Ah, crap. There's another sniper. Oh. What's up? Oh, crap. In. There we go. I should be able to let them reset here. Good. They can't get up here. So once they reset, I can get back on the roof and kill that other sniper I didn't know was there. Flying through supplies in this mission. So much for that idea. Why didn't I kill him?
There you are.
In. Get in the window. They're always like, hit LB to get in the window, and he just like, I want to admire the framing first. No. I'm trying not to get too pissed off because I don't want to raise my voice. Ari's sleeping in the room right behind me. So I don't want to get too excited and wake her up. Okay. Oh, crap. That's what you get for waiting. Oh, that is so not what I meant to do. working on it. Want to deal with these two first. There we go. Perfect.
Come to blow. Come to help. The door? One of the guards has a key. I'm not sure which.
Oh, give me a break. Alright, the guard's upstairs. Alright, let's go. Uh-oh.
What's this then? I believe it's called a rescue. Why? Because being a thick-headed man-mountain while doing little enough for your long-term prospects is not actually a capital offense. Huh? Just stay back and let me go first.
Oh, alright, Captain.
Let's go.
Very inconspicuous, Arno.
Don't I know you, boy? I don't.
Strap him in. Strap him in.
Fired? But why?
Because, Monsieur Latouche, your last report contained numerous errors.
Sir, I triple-checked those figures. They're not in error. 10,000 livres have simply vanished from His Majesty's treasury.
I'm sorry, Latouche. Good day.
Weird to see him as a respectable figure.
Monsieur Latouche, they tell me you were a tax man.
Yes, sir.
Good. I have need of someone like you.
It's parasitism, plain and simple.
What's that mean?
It means greedy bastards skimming for themselves instead of doing their jobs. If you knew half the shit our bosses rats here.
Tell me about this boss of yours.
Very well. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide us. What would you have me do, Grandmaster?
I'm placing your services at the disposal of our agent on the convention.
Le Peltier?
Now, Peltier has his uses, but he's not our only friend in government. Monsieur Latouche, I present to you Monsieur Maximilien de Robespierre.
Monsieur, I understand Versailles is overrun with parasites.
He's just going to stand there and think about it for a little bit. Ow. Oh, time to go. I noticed even Latouche called him Robespierre. Come get some.
Excusez-moi. Ouais, à vos souhaits. Cette fois, monsieur, nous avons presque fini. Il est extrêmement... Hein? Ah!
Damn it. They're on to us again. It's not the best time, is it?
I'm on it. 2 seconds.
Okay, we're close, Initiate. Arno and Germain had some kind of confrontation within the next few months, but we don't know where or how it ended. We're counting on you to find out.
Got it. The portal's open.
If all goes well, this is your
Okay.
last forced migration.
Come on, let's go.
And if it doesn't go so well, you could go into hippocampal shock and take your meals through an IV for the rest of your life.
Oh, is that all, Sean?
Let's
Thank
not dwell
you.
on that, shall we?
After how lively they've made the streets of Paris, it's a little shocking in these moments when there's nobody here. Oh, crap. I was kind of anticipating there'd be a quick way out. I think I might be hosed. I think I was supposed to climb the building. Wait, will this thing eventually kill you? Yeah, it's catching up. Alright. Kind of wanted to get that chest. My greed would have been my downfall. Have we spawned in Bloodborne?
This might look familiar to you. We're back in medieval Paris, late 14th century.
Oh.
You're outside the city walls now. I suggest you find your way back.
We're finally closing the loop on that Sword of Eden or whatever it was. Cross the catacomb. Well, that ain't the right way. It's all that shaking. It sounds like someone's bombing us. Okay. No way, man. No way. Places like this give me the creeps. Oh, is it time? Okay. Good evening, Perm. How are you? Cottage looks weird having been kind of torn apart like that. I can't believe that's only 2 days worth of work. Of course, the hard part for them comes after this. It's a lot easier to destroy than it is to create. A-okay. Awesome. Are you playing BioShock again tomorrow? Okay. Ugh. So is that the right way, or is this the right way? This is not the right way. Okay. Excellent. That depends on whether you play the DLC, and I think you should play the DLC. Holy cow. Okay.
Simulation is falling apart. Find the exit.
Ow. Ow. But Rebecca, you don't understand. I'm almost out of medicine. Escape the quarry. Yeah. There is a moment that I've been looking forward to you getting to. And Friday was a nightmare day full of meetings. And I was like, no, I don't want to miss it. And you did like 5 minutes. And then you had to end the stream because you couldn't go over. And I was like, yes. Well, time to move.
You're nearly there.
Ow. I love this concept of being like transported onto battlefields of different eras. It's really cool to see the evolution of war. Like, I never would have imagined in an Assassin's Creed game that I would have been firing a machine gun at Nazi warplanes. But yeah, this is the game where you do.
Get to the exit quickly.
I'm working on it, Rebecca. Slow your roll. Oh, it blew my mind too. And you're not done. And I'll say nothing further. Oh, that is the Bastille. That's cool.
Okay, Initiate, let's finish this. You're almost home.
Failure is my specialty. The Champ de Mars.
Things have changed.
Are we here to meet with a journalist?
A great deal to be set right.
And we're no closer to finding.
Smile thing.
It's not entirely true.
Make my butt sting.
Who?
Robespierre.
I love how you just... The flags clearly just spawned in sideways. You see them just flop down real quick. Where are we? Let's grab a viewpoint first. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, great. Now we're in the open field side of the city, where it's hard to hide. I'm surprised, given the story, that we're able to go back to the Cafe Theater. So that's not necessarily the assassins per se, it's ours. Well, I know there's like haystacks and all this crap all over the place, but more open. I'll put it that way. You needed that statement to determine that I'm a failure of an assassin? Did we not all know better at this point? I thought we did. I mean, Fix is supposedly working on a new logo. Oh, great. Now I'm worried. When you say stuff like that, now I'm worried. No, I can't afford to refill my stock. Yeah, sure. Replace the cherry bomb. Cherry bomb. Oh, the medicine is so expensive. Oh, the lockpicks are cheap. I thought they were the expensive part. I see. It's the fact that I'm getting really cavalier with the medicine that's costing me. Aha. Yeah. Mistakes have been made. I don't know where to upgrade. I don't see any social clubs on my map to unlock. Like, that's the part of Assassin's Creed that's really pissing me off, is they don't show you stuff on the map until you're close to it. And I'm not going to go weaving my way through the streets of Paris. This place is huge. Okay, so I see that one. You're right. Like, I was literally going to go through off-stream and just go hunting chests for a couple of days and just get all the chests. I do it in every Assassin's Creed game at some point. And then I found out, like, there were chests missing that weren't on my map, and that's because I'd never been close enough to them to be displayed. And then I gave up on chest hunting because that pissed me off. But I did. I'll give you an example. Let's see. Up here. Yeah, up here. Fedo. I have the sync point for the... Oh, now I see 2 chests there. But it's just 2. I have 9 out of 13 chests found here. So that means besides the 2 I see right here, there are still 2 more missing. Wait, will they all show up if I unlock all the sync points? Like, you can see down here, like, the chests are clear. This is where I started. Except for those 2. Buy the map with points. Where's that? Oh, that's the wrong button. Boosts? No. Yeah, I should probably buy that. I keep making these huge jumps by accident. Disguise I should buy. I've seen Rocket use it so many times and it's useful. Okay. It can't be this. Helix credits. No. Time saver packs? Oh, the location of mission and collectibles. Cockades and chests. That's what it is. Oh, that's dumb. Look at that. Okay. Now I don't mind as much. Thank you, Rocket. I would have never discovered that was there. Oh, right. We were going to renovate the club. I can't afford it. Terrific. Let's see, not that. I think we have a murder mystery somewhere too. Would be fun to do. I don't like how you can't see them until you've been close to them, so they can make it something you buy in the e-store. That seems ridiculously greedy to me. But some people might see it as like a cheat. They'd rather find them organically, and I can understand that too. No, let's not do it this way. I don't want to do chest hunting on stream. Let's do some of this some of these little quests that are about.
Baldy, pass me a sensu bean.
What, do you think I'm just giving these away? Because I'm not.
Alright, we got a mystery bean here. It's either Cayenne, I don't think it's Reaper, Pomegranate, or Old Bandage. It's a spicy one. It cleared my sinuses, but it's not Reaper. A cayenne bean without any modeling, maybe? I don't know. It's very light. Spicy bandage. That's a spicy bandage. It's not very good. I have no idea what that bean was. Too many of these beans are red. Alright. A fistful of duelers. There we go.
I am the Chevalier d'Eon, master swordsman, diplomat, and sometimes spy.
And you look gorgeous.
Do not be confused by my attire. I simply prefer to clothe myself in female garb.
It is a little confusing.
You are an assassin. I'm hoping you can help me, but first, I'd like to ensure that you're the man for the job. There are several swordsmen who will test your acumen. Challenge each of them and draw first blood. And watch you don't step on my dress.
Are they going to come to me or do... okay, I assume I have to go to them. Oh, I have to speak to them. I was literally just going to go up and straight up assassinate one of them. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition!
But of course, my friend, a duel it is. I'll serve as a second to both of you. Moderate stealth.
You've lost.
Well fought. You are the victor. We have a champion. Bien, je ne sais pas trop quoi en penser.
Il se passerait quelque chose d'important.
Hello.
Oh my. A duelist, are we? How amusing. This man will judge the hits. I have an appointment presently, but this shan't take much time.
I agree.
Leave me alone.
Come back, coward.
Wait, did he call me a coward? I'm not a coward. I, too, have a pressing appointment, dear sir.
Bloody hell.
Too slow on the draw, buddy. You gotta do better than that. Alright. Oh, I can't climb leaves. All these vines and roots are hard to grab onto. I can't climb those. All right. I hope at least one of these duelers gives me some form of challenge. So far, they've been very slow to the draw. Sometimes a man has to fight his own battles. I got duelists to fight. You can help yourself, citizen.
Duel you? Preposterous. Oh, very well.
I will oversee the contest. He who draws first blood...
Oh, it's first blood, huh?
Use a bit of practice.
A hit! The challenger wins!
How was the practice?
Yield! Cease! The fight is over!
Rubbish! To the death!
If that's what you want. Fool. Right? Dude was just standing around having an ordinary life. He had to get all uppity with me, and now he's dead. I hope they've learned a lesson. He would be perfectly alive if he had just acceded to the duel. The game had not even told me to kill that guy yet. I just killed him anyway.
Gilly, look at chat, you dingus.
Uh-oh. Oh, Fix. Oh, Fix. What have you done? Yep. The shading on the cowl is pretty good. I love the potato logo as part of the assassin. This is good. I like it. But come on, I just missed 2 shots. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Everybody misses shots every once in a while. Why am I any special? Thank you, Fix. It's more than just a logo. Yes, indeed. Potato, 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 potato. Hello, sir. I hope you are not as stupid as the last duelist I fought.
Accept your challenge, upstart.
A duel it is. I shall be your second, Alphonse.
I'll adjudicate.
Thank you,
He was
Fix.
first in my class at the School of Gentlemen Cadets.
Indeed he was, and well deserved. But take that! I shall never yield.
Stop. This is highly irregular.
You can't defeat Alphonse.
I just did. He's lying dead on the floor right there. Dude just stood there as like, he is my best friend and overall awesome gentleman. You cannot defeat him. And he's like lying dead at his feet. Like the ship has sailed on that one, buddy. You're the final duelist?
Surprised? As a final test, you must match yourself against the best.
So I can be seen killing a lady? If you want.
I'll adjudicate.
I am one of Europe's greatest swordsmen. Or swordswomen, for that matter. Bravo! You have bested the best. You need bend your knee to no one, man or woman.
Oh, stop screaming. You'll be fine. None of them were able to stop me from just immediately attacking them. I was frankly a little disappointed. Assassinate the convict escaping through the sewers. Crap. Looks like I should have stayed up on the roof. Whoops. Oh, excuse me. We're in France. Whoops. I hear that a lot, Auntie. About what specifically? I hear that a lot, too. I'm glad we've cleared that up, though. Move it, peasant! I made them drop the body they were carrying. Maison Coulon. What's up?
Jean-Baptiste Rotondo escaped prison. Ever hear of him? He knows a few things about the assassins.
So do I.
Likely he'll attempt to get to the Templars and tell him what he knows.
I don't work with you anymore.
Before the National Guard can reach him. He's right down there, escaping through the sewers.
Aziz, light! Okay.
Halt, citizen!
What's this?
Can I just fast travel out of here? That'd be super helpful. Wait, can I actually just fast travel out of here? Will that count? Oh, what? Come on. They could at least warn you first. Hey, you know, if you think you're being clever and you want to fast travel out of here as part of an escape, that's not going to work. Nah, don't tell the player. Just let it happen.
Someone please change the loony to a walk.
Oh, right. Didn't have to kill them, but they got up. Now I got to fight my way through this stupid crowd again. At least now that I've murdered a few people, they're all running in the same direction. That helps. I'm not swimming upstream anymore. What's up? They really should warn you first. Consider the thief tackled. Are they carrying that dude again? Ah, rats. I would have loved... I would have absolutely loved knocking that dude off of their party again. That would have been great. Don't talk to me.
Look at that.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Escaped prison. Ever hear of it? No. Prison break.
Oh, they're all still dead, though. That helps. Except for Rotundo.
Bloody sheep are running wild. Wait.
Oh, this dude's not dead. Until now. Something's going on. I think someone just killed my boss. I think he took that guy's wallet. Ah. A little slow on the swing on that one. Now, don't get me wrong. If I designed this game, I wouldn't want players fast traveling to end the mission either. But, I don't know, warn them first. Or prevented the use of fast travel. I know they do that from time to time. You're in a mission, you can't fast travel right now. That'd have been fine. That was only worth 400 francs. This is not the first Assassin's Creed game with fast travel. You did a thing. Earn the gratitude of the mysterious Crimson Rose. Sounds like some kind of sexy assassin. I do not know if you're here to seduce me or kill me. Or both.
I know you keep money around here. Where?
Must be upstairs. Okay. I love how he runs slower through a house. Like it's just kind of like, I don't want to soil the rugs too much. No, why? I can't get you to go through... I can't get you to go down a ladder or through one of those holes intentionally if my life depended on it. But when I don't want him to, it's It's like a fly to honey. I got more money. No. Is that not the euphemism? I thought it was. It's possible I might just be stupid. And it happens on occasion. I know it's hard to believe, but it does happen. Oh. That's the phrase, right? It's like something to honey. I thought it was flies.
I am too smart. I am too smart.
Now you got me all doubting myself.
I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R.
How much money do I... Okay. 700 francs more and I can renovate that social club. There was a rope right in front of me, Arno. Whatever. The quest is on ground level. Let's just stay on ground level. God forbid I want to stay up on the rooftops. Catch flies with honey. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. I'm confusing catching flies with honey with it's like a moth to flame. That's what I'm confusing. Her alarm's about to go off. I can get loud now. But I appreciate that.
Have you heard of the Crimson Rose? He goes by the name of Sir Reginald and pretends to be a bit of a twit. He's quite brilliant at helping people escape the guillotine. I'm suspicious of him. I'd like you to integrate yourself by saving him from an ambush.
What ambush?
Loud noises!
The Hotel Fiube. Save him, and in gratitude, he may well admit you to his secret league.
Thought I was about to sneeze. Ooh.
Himself is
one must enjoy these barbers while one can.
Are you here to meet the
lunatics will have our help?
Want to join the Crimson League?
He could be any one of us.
Good man.
Alright, I want to try something. Which I can't try here.
The Crimson League? I may be a member. I'm not about to say.
Arno.
An ambush? I cannot be apprehended just as my plans are coming together. You, sir, if you help me hold them off, you shall have my gratitude.
After him, men! Kill that Crimson Rose!
Bobby, you're attacked.
Oh. Okay. So undertaking any action at all drops the disguise. Good to know. Can't see! Bushes! So many people to kill. Die before the tip of my sword. That was weird. I felt like something about the animation kind of broke there, but whatever. I'll take it. Oh, you got the final kill. Queen Rocket.
I shall call on you in the future.
That was only worth 400 francs. Come on, tell me. Oh, 300 short. I already did the math and I'm like still surprised. Like, no, I don't have enough. It can't be. It's a wonder you're still alive. Your pay is crap, dude. Wee. Like, Crusader Kings is one of those games that really intrigues me, even though I know I would be utterly terrible at it. Crap. Although it was really hilarious hearing you go off at the game a little while ago to complain about allies who wouldn't stop asking you to join war with them. Okay, we did that. And we were going after this social club. The problem that I'm going to have is whether or not to continue to play this offline or Persona offline. I have done some stuff in Persona offline that I've been talking with Rocket about a little bit. And I've overextended my wallet a little bit because I'm trying to get Personas I'm not quite leveled for yet. I do have Metatron. I forget. And I got the 4th Angel. I forget exactly what I'm missing. I know I'm going to wind up short at some point. 3 wars at once. I've always been kind of curious about, like, geopolitical games like that. Like, I know a lot of people really love Civ, and I never really got into the Civ games. But I love, like, the Gandhi is a warmonger meme that goes around because of it. Because I know I know why Gandhi is a psychopathic warmonger in Civ. The Café d'Invalide. Okay. Victoria 3? I'm not familiar with that. Oh, it's a 4X game, isn't it? Victoria 3 is a 2022 grand strategy video game developed by Paradox. This looks like Crusader Kings 2, just with a different interface. What's the difference? And I say this as someone who's never gone through this kind of genre. Like, I enjoy RTS games and stuff like that, but I've never quite zoomed out on the strategy scale this much. The games intrigue me, but I do have significant doubts about whether or not I would like them. Oh, they may... Okay, so that's why they're similar. I wonder what's different about them. We're going to take an AFK. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll keep on going. All right, I'm back. Let's keep on going. I kicked a dead horse in the Red Dead clip. That does... Somehow, that just doesn't surprise me. Let me see something. We're about to start sequence 12. It's the last sequence. Okay. Ooh, more money. Why didn't I go to the theater? I could have gotten the money I needed there. Oh, I didn't even think about it. I know I have the Dead Kings DLC still left to go, so we're not going to be done with this game very soon. I am looking forward to starting Ragnarok, though.
had a pleasant day, sir.
Alright, so I got that. I'm missing 1, 2, 3 seek points. Let's do that. And I enjoy doing that too from time to time. I haven't looked, so I don't know that Crusader Kings doesn't have a demo. They legit might. I'm sorry, did he say he would serve up his tooth explosion? But I really miss the days when games regularly had demos. And I understand the difficulties with it. Demos regularly got cracked. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I wouldn't know. I would hate to take the risk of spending money on a full game only to not like it. I suppose that's what Steam's refund period is for. And now's not the time. I got plenty to work on.
Excuse me.
Why is everybody mad at me? Ah. Yeah, that's true, and I do appreciate the offer, but it's also Crusader Kings is a game I wouldn't stream for one, because it's not story based. Like, it does have a story, but it's kind of a story that you make yourself. So in a sense, it's kind of like RimWorld in that respect. But I tend to play more narrative-based games, for one. But two, I also really don't have the time to undertake a new game. I really don't. At least not one for off-stream. Like, work, and I'm just being completely frank right now, work has been legit kicking my butt. And it's made me wonder if I don't have to pull back my stream schedule a little bit, but I really don't want to do that. So I'm hoping it will cool down soon. I think it will, but it's been rough. Like, I know, there's going to be a Tuesday in May, or not May, in February that I have to cancel because one of the executives is coming into town and he wants to have dinner on a Tuesday night. It's like random crap like that. Like, work has been demanding a whole lot more time lately. Oh, sync points down there. Okay. It's always confusing to me when it's not at the very peak. It's not what we're having for dinner that's going to take up so much time. But I appreciate the suggestion. Let's see, and this sync point is here. Yeah, it's been a lot. Yeah, I can't really say anything more publicly, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's just one of those things that makes me wonder sometimes. Like, and I've said this many times before, but since Perm has been playing BioShock Infinite, it kind of came to mind again. Like, one of the things that I really appreciated about doing streaming is I'd kind of become a sampler of games over time. Like, I would play a game for a short amount of time and then feel like I understood it and just never picked it up again. And streaming kind of forced me to get to the point where I was actually completing several of those games or playing games that I would have otherwise never played. And I've played some gems as a result. BioShock Infinite's one of them. I would have never played BioShock Infinite. Not because I have any particular disagreements with the game per se, but just because it never really seemed like my bag. And it wasn't until like someone was like, Gilly, play BioShock, that I was like, all right. And I played through it, and it was truly amazing. I count Infinite among one of the games that I truly love. So, yeah. I would have never played any of the Assassin's Creed games. Now, that being said, I don't love all of them, but I enjoy the series. But I say that to go back into, like, I know that there are other genres out there that I know I'll like, but I'm afraid to try. Because I'm worried that they'll suck me in. Paris is not so pretty when it's raining. It's gonna be cold, and it's gonna be gray. It's gonna last you the rest of your life. Speaking of, it might be getting about time for that yearly Groundhog Day rewatch. What? I know, Auntie. It's difficult since you're up north. I understand.
What's that? Speak up.
Sometimes I wonder if Assassin's Creed is a game for psychopaths. Like this crowd events thing in particular. It literally feels sometimes where you're just walking through the street, or running through the street in my case, and the game's like, hey, kill these two dudes. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm playing it too, aren't I? There's no indictment upon you. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, do that again. Spaz out on me. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Climb. Yeah. Yeah. No, stop sliding around. Okay, there we go. Ari's awake. Hey, hon. Rocket says hi. Ari said hi back. Okay, and hi-ya. What is this building? This dome is really pretty. Oh. Well, I know it'll tell me in a sec. Or not. Normally tells you that... Okay. Les Invalides. View database entry. Both Henry IV and Cardinal Richelieu had previously attempted in vain to set up a hospital for invalid soldiers. Louis XIV, the Sun King, solved the problem by taxing France's abbeys and laid the first stone on November 30th, 1671. 5 years later, it was occupied by some... This is a hospital. Oh, right. So, when they stormed the... So, the day that they stormed the Bastille, the governor of the Bastille realized it was coming and moved the gunpowder... No. He had the gunpowder. I forget which is which. The Bastille had the gunpowder and the weapons. They moved one of them to Les Invalides to kind of separate the fact that, like, when the Bastille got stormed, they wouldn't have both of the components they needed. Well, I'm not as good at it as Fix is. I legitimately miss Fix's heavy metal history. Some 50 years later, Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte would be entombed beneath the building's great gilded dome. Though Les Invalides is primarily a museum, it still serves as a retirement home and medical center for roughly 100 elderly or injured veterans. This building is huge for 100 people. They must be for some very well-to-do people. New veterans, of course, not 100 blokes from the 1780s who have somehow lived this long. That'd make it a hell of an effective hospital. Yes, it would. Look at this building. You're telling me that this building still exists and there are 100 patients here? This building's huge. All right, so that's all of the sync points, which is great. Mostly a tourist stop. Okay. Okay, let's get down over there. If there's a smooth way to get down off this building in that direction. Excuse me. Didn't mean to knock the mic around. Stop it. Just friggin' sidle across. Thank you. Hopefully I didn't wake you up. Oh, good. These statues look crazy. They're like little portholes for the attic or something. Look at that.
Arno, a small favor.
A romantic stroll for 25,000 francs. Les Invalides. It is a hospital.
This is damned awful. But I promised Bonaparte, damn him. Seems a lady has caught his eye.
What a surprise.
What is her name? Juliette?
Josephine.
He wants to take a romantic stroll, but the royalists are after him. Bonaparte is to meet her just south of the Palais Bourbon. I need you to clear out any royalists in their path.
At Palais Bourbon? Okay. Yeah. Go to the royal palace. Eliminate the royalists. Oh, okay.
Bienvenue dans mon échelle. He needs to pay me my pay.
L'acrobate, c'est comme ça.
What the? I'm stuck on a chair. Get off me.
Captain. Captain, for now. I have prospects, though.
I'm sure.
Very good prospects.
Where? It's a lovely day for a walk.
Yes.
Captain Bonaparte, you don't mind if I stand between you and Josephine, right?
Of course. Shall we?
I know you're used to your lady being well-traveled.
No more. Walk away. I'll have your ears strung together.
That's it, Arno. You're disrupting my attack.
Uh-oh. Alright, well, you handle your attack. I'm gonna get this treasure chest.
What's with Monkey Boy over there?
Whoa, he's fast. What? What was that? I'm not the worst assassin ever. Subpar at best. I mean, I'm not great at the game, that's for sure.
With all respect, Arno, I'm trying to take the high ground here.
What? On the ground? Okay. Whoa.
Where you going? Soil yourself.
Oh, crap. You're right behind me. I'm so glad you had to gripe and whine for a while. Bye-bye. No, why? I'm out in the middle of the freaking courtyard.
Seigneur Dieu, par pitié, laissez-moi partir.
Oh.
Under the ground. No! What? Stop doing that! Hopefully this isn't too far away. It is. Okay. Could you die quicker so I can get inside, please? Thank you. Gentlemen? Oh, crap. They weren't the targets. Why didn't I kill that guy? Oh, no, I'm dead! Oh, frick. Crap. I disguised myself as one of the rabble.
May I inquire? What is your rank?
Captain. Captain for now. I have prospects, though.
I'm sure.
Very good prospects.
Where? It's a lovely day for a walk.
Yes, of course. Shall we?
All right.
En effet, on voit presque plus rien. Mais comment peut-on accepter qu'on laisse ainsi de telles bêtes sauvages en liberté?
It's so irritating that you can't open this door. I think that's actually kind of cheap. There we go. That's what I was looking to do. Okay, there's them. There's 4 of them. Where are the other 3?
Hey, you there! Stop!
Alright, let's try it from a little bit closer. I win. What was that? A gunshot? Better not look at the courtyard. That would be helpful. For assassins, you're not very attentive. Alright, so now are they going to keep... crap. Oh, the rest of them are friggin' snipers on the roof. Alright. And we're climbing. Oh, crap.
Hey, wait a moment! If I get my hands on you!
I can't believe I was able to just climb the building in front of him. He's just like, I'm sure it's nothing. Alright, let's just chill here for a minute. FYI, I'm planning on stopping after this quest. I know I started late because of a technical difficulty, so I'm trying to kind of let that result give you a few more minutes, but I know Rocket's got to go to sleep, so. I'm really happy you have hot water again, though, Rocket. What? How could you? Come on. Hi-ya! I'm not dead yet. Potato assassin indeed.
I came to France to marry, but that was a disaster. I'm now a divorcee.
Oh.
And you? Where did you acquire your exotic accent?
Corsica.
How delightfully provincial of you. You are a pensive man.
What? Oh, yes. I was just musing about how I could maneuver, how I could...
Take my arm?
Yes.
And have you formed a plan?
No.
The life of a soldier must be terribly exciting. Cavalry charges and flashing blades.
I'm in the artillery.
Oh.
We stand at the back and lob cannonballs at people. I calculate trajectories.
Something Napoleon's very good at.
Well, this has been...
Yes, it has.
It's just that you're
I see you corpse!
Which I can barely think. Must.
Yes.
Do it now!
Well, ta-ta.
I'd love to talk, Napoleon. I'm kind of in the middle of a thing right now. Ow. I love that the discussion of large and luminous went to eyes. I tackled a thief for you. You're welcome, jerks. Alright. We are going to call it a night there.